Hey everybody, Kevin Duffy here of MassLive.com, joined by Mark Daniels of the Providence Journal. 27-26, the Pats emerged with a victory in one of the wildest regular season games I can remember. I don't really know where to start. I guess we'll start with the final drive, final sequence. What'd you think?
Yeah, I don't know if I was really expecting the Patriots to pull this out, to be honest. I mean, at that point, the offensive line was really looking pretty bad. I mean, Tom Brady got strip sacked twice, in the second half? No Julian Edelman, you have Aaron Dobson out in the field, and I'm like, oh, this isn't going to go well. And all of a sudden, the Patriots, 3 straight incompletes to start. It's 4th and 10. I'm thinking it's over, but it wasn't. And really, the Patriots got lucky because Collins dropped a sure interception.
That was the game.
That was the game. He drops it. Brady converts a 4th down to conversion to Danny Amendola, and he keeps hitting Danny Amendola. I think Amendola caught 3 of Brady's, I want to say 5 completions. Yeah. Brady also hit Gronk and Aaron Dobson on that drive, but it was really, really wild. That's the 49th game-winning drive Tom Brady's had with the Patriots. And of course, Stephen Gostkowski actually sets Patriots history with the field goal. He has more career field goals now than Adam Vinatieri.
Yeah, and we're going to keep this video to about 5 minutes. There's no way we can possibly talk about everything that happened in this game, but to me, even though they're 9-0, the perfect season's still alive, biggest development here tonight is Julian Edelman's injury. I saw him after the game on crutches, loaded onto a cart, had a big gray boot on his leg. A report came out later from Fox Sports that he had a fractured foot, season possibly in jeopardy. I mean, Danny Amendola did a great job today. He's really has stepped up so much for them since week 15 or week 16 of last year when Edelman got hurt. It was great in the playoffs. But now this offense is missing Amendola and missing Dion Lewis. To me, this went from an incredible offense to a pretty good one. Who, you know, with Edelman and Lewis, those are your 2 best horizontal players. Those are guys who can turn, 4 and 5 yard gains into 11 and 12 yard gains. They don't have that anymore. I think it's a pretty big concern for them.
It's a gigantic loss. The Patriots went from, honestly, AFC Super Bowl favorites, and in the past 2 weeks, I would say the gap has closed considerably. That you can't. What's going on with the Patriots right now? When you lose Edelman, Dion Lewis, Nate Solder, Sebastian Vollmer is still out. The offensive line's a train wreck. Jamie Collins has been sick with God knows what. These things are adding up, and it comes to a point where it starts to get ridiculous. And it comes to a point where a team can't come over all these injuries. And with Julian Edelman, if he can't come back for the playoffs, there's no way to replace that. Danny Amendola can be a nice player, but now you're talking about Gronk, LaFell, and Amendola. It has a completely different ring to it. It's unfortunate, truthfully. I mean, I think we've said all season long, the Patriots have to stay healthy. If they stay healthy, they should get back to the Super Bowl, but the truth is they haven't stayed healthy. And I don't think it's certainly not guaranteed. One, it's not guaranteed this team goes undefeated. I don't think that's happening. It's certainly not guaranteed they get back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, luck plays a big role in everything. In every NFL season, there's a lot of injuries, and the Pats have just been hit harder than basically any NFL team this year. One question I'll ask you, which loss do you think hurts them more, losing Dion Lewis for the season or potentially losing Edelman for the season?
That's a great question. I would say Julian Edelman. He was second in the NFL, tied for second in receiving touchdowns. He was on pace to set career high in receiving yards and receptions. Also, he's one of the best punt returners in the game, so you lose something there. That's a tough one though. They're both dynamic players. I know you love Dion Lewis.
You know the answer.
Yeah, I know you love Dion.
You know my answers. Well, here's the logic behind. I would pick Dion Lewis because I think the drop off between Edelman and Amendola is not as significant as the drop off between Dion Lewis and James White and Brandon Bolden. Dion Lewis averaged 12.1 touches a game, 88.8 yards from scrimmage. Today, I believe Bolden and White combined for 3 touches for 5 yards or something like that. So those guys are nowhere near what Dion Lewis brought to them. And I think the next man up mentality, it's obviously, it works, and it's obviously what the players have to think, but you can't replace a talent like that, and losing Edelman too is just really tough. Just last thing we should touch on today, after giving up that 87-yard touchdown on the second play from scrimmage, Malcolm Butler was fantastic against Odell Beckham. Butler even said after the game he thought it was probably one of his best games as a pro. And then he quickly said, like, but, you know, I got to keep improving, because he knows that it's not something that Belichick likes I'm saying, but it's true. It was a great, really a terrific performance from Butler.
Yeah, after the 87-yard touchdown pass, Odell Beckham was targeted 11 times, but he caught 3 passes for 17 yards. That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's one of the best receivers in the NFL, and I thought Malcolm Butler responded great. Now, the opening drive touchdown by the Giants, that wasn't all on Butler. McCourty took a terrible angle. He should have had the tackle. It should have been a big gain, 20-something yards, but it shouldn't have been an 87-yard touchdown. But Malcolm Butler, for him to respond that way, it's good for the future.
Yeah, Malcolm Butler has all the makings of a big-time player. I mean, he did not back down. He was really physical with Odell, and when Beckham made catches over the middle, Butler, one thing Butler's done this year, he's a great tackler. He doesn't miss tackles in the open field. A real physical player, and that's obviously a bright sign for them. So I guess that'll about do it. I'm sure we could go for about 15 more minutes on this game, but I guess we'll just check in with you guys after the Buffalo game Monday night.